Now comes the part of the review where I save you guys from eternal boredom. I usually don't like skipping across the game, but it's necessary here. All the rest of the game is running back and forth through the same areas to unlock plot points and occasionally get new weapons in the imaginary world, or the real world as you come to find out later. The story just goes all over. At first the game convinces you the boring office building you're in is the real world too. But no, the world of Ring is actually the real world. You learn this has to do with the fact that the Ring Curse was brought over from Japan to the CDC by none other than Yamamura Sadako herself, the lady from the Japanese Ringu movie. It also turns out that the monster in the real world were people that were actually infected with the Ring virus originally, and that the reason Robert died in the Loop world, as they like to call the world of the boring offices now, was because he was infected with the Ring in the real world.
Now, I will admit that the story had a lot of potential, but it just goes all over so quick and gets confusing so fast, it doesn't seem to matter. You also learn most of all this in the first half of the game, which is a real killjoy.
Not to mention, this is the biggest ripoff of Resident Evil I have ever seen in my life. Even the story is very, very similar. Come on, Drew, now's your chance to get out now.
No, I'm not backing down now. This is my final chance to beat this game, and I am not going to let you stop me.
Okay.
So after explaining all that to you, I'm just going to skip ahead to the final part of the game, where you're in the Loop world with Weapon. Turns out that the creatures in the real world weren't just content with trying to munch on you there and decide to come here as well. In your reports, you'll find out that the president of CDC, whose name is John Brad, was behind the ploy the entire time, which, like I said, you find out about right near the beginning of the game, when he so convincingly tells you he knows nothing about Ring. Anyways, you find an elevator behind his bookcase.
Seriously? The end of the game is an elevator too? How much more of a ripoff could they be?
Oh, much more, Micah. Much, much more. So you get to the bottom, and John's waiting there to tell you about his masterful plan with the worst voice acting in the entire game.
Indeed. Just another effort. One more step and the work is over. I'll be the one who controls the virus.
Virus? What? What are you talking about, Chief?
It's not too bad, even as a prototype. The force of Sadako Yamamura.
You know how bad this is? I can do this. Just watch.
The force of the curse? Robert! Oh no!
My voice is so boring and low I sound like a sauce statue. My only goal in this game is going to be to die. And I'll die in the stupidest way ever. Dude, that was... Whoa! My voice too! I am a scary man! Hear me!
Anyways, he turns into one of the creatures in an epic boss battle ensues. Heck yes! Actually, all you need to do is get him stuck in a chair and shoot the crap out of him. Weak. After that, you go into the room where Sadako's in a tube. She's awakened and starts floating up in the air going, "Sky! Sky!" You then proceed to the roof for the final showdown. This one's for the cup.
You know what? I'm disappointed. I was expecting the developers to use their creativity and use more fitting sound effects. Drew?
Gladly.
Awesome! I hardly noticed the difference!
So for all those lovely reviewers and Let's Players out there who never beat the game, I have successfully done it for you. Here's the ending right here. You kill Sadako, who, by the way, is a being who can go through walls but can't stand being shot at with a pistol. Sadako had the vaccine for the virus the entire time. You hand it over to the proper authorities so they can administer it to the masses. They start causing riots because humans are impatient worms, and Sadako's not really dead, just pretending she was.
So, overall, this game blows. It blows my mind. Blows my balls.
The music is awful, the voice acting is absolutely horrendous, and the game is a direct rip-off to any Resident Evil game in every way.
Not to mention the sounds don't fit the game in any way, the controls are broken, and the story had potential, but even the developers screwed that one up in the end as well.
Well, Micah, we just beat one of the worst games I could possibly think of. What are we going to do now?
How about we play something good?
That sounds good. Let's do that.
Hey, Drew?
Micah, you were right about one thing.
What's that?
This game is corrupting our souls.
What's that?
We have to do something about this.
There's only one thing we can do. Stepmania Deathmatch!